Hello everybody and welcome back to yet another book mining video. I'm your book miner and I'm back to my last setting because I kind of like this kind of setting over here, and like in the previous one that I did, the Mystery of the Blue Train, I chose a different setting but I did not like it at all, and that kind of setting really minused my energy a lot. So I'm back to my previous setting and I hope you like the setting as well. Comment down below if you do. Alright, so no more setting stuff, let's get to business now. Today I'm back with yet another Agatha Christie Poirot case review, and this time I'm reviewing one of my all-time favorites from Agatha Christie. This video is absolutely special to me and I'm literally pouring my heart out into it, okay? So it not, might seem that kind of technical, but it's really heartfelt and I am absolutely in love with this book. It's definitely my all-time favorite. It's a gem of my bookshelf and I'm talking about this. Agatha Christie's amazing case, The Murder of the Orient Express. This was also voted the second in the world's favorite Christie voting for her 125th birthday. But I'd say this is definitely one that is actually one for me sometimes. The first best Agatha Christie, the second one, it always stays. Alright, so getting down to business right now, okay? I'm not gonna take much time. I'm also kind of suffering from cold, so I'm very sorry. It is noise. But yeah, today I'm doing a review of this beautiful, beautiful book, and I'll try to keep it concise because I can just talk about 10 bajillion pros of this one, but I'm going to tell you just the best ones over here so that you can get your best Agatha Christie as soon as possible, and so that I can give you buying advice on what Agatha Christie you should choose. Alright, so kind of like an overview of the story first of all. What's actually happening in the story is, of course, there's murder on board the Orient Express. And if you don't know what the Orient Express is, it's a trademark of luxury and richness. It's the most luxurious train in the world, traveling on a path which is exquisite. Through the Swiss Alps, to Paris, to Istanbul, it's a beautiful path and the most expensive, the most luxurious train in the world. It's been running for a lot of years now, but it still hasn't lost the mark of the most luxurious train in the world. It has still maintained that luxury, that standard, the Orient Express. Alright, so what's actually happening in this story is that there are certain people traveling on the Orient Express and one person is actually murdered over here. He's Mr. Ratchet over here and he's found murdered in his cabin, and of course Hercule is traveling on the train because it's a Poirot case. Yes, Hercule is traveling on the train and he is there to investigate this one because there is his friend M. Book who is actually kind of like responsible for the Orient Express because he is some kind of official, or I think his uncle is some kind of official for the combined days international of wagon late conductors. So yeah, he actually is in that kind of state where you've actually, Hercule, my dear, you have to maintain the dignity of the Orient Express because we don't want any bad rep over the Orient Express where a murder has been committed, okay? So Hercule has to get down to the bottom of this. And then there is another plus point for Hercule. This train is caught in a snowdrift. Yes. It's caught in the snowdrift in the middle of the Balkans, and when it's like, the story's telling you it's caught in the middle of the snowdrift, you're like, oh my gosh, now things are gonna get interesting. It really gives you that, goosebumpy kind of feeling, not a very dangerous one, but it's like something is definitely gonna happen, and that excitement is triggered in you when it's like, oh my gosh, caught in the middle of the snowdrift in the most luxurious train in the world. What could go wrong? Everything. Alright, so that's a little overview of the story. Sorry for my nose again. Alright, so characters are just exquisite, just like the train. There is from princesses to combs to counts to mere, servants traveling on board the Orient Express, and it is beautiful. Like, the characters have a big variety, okay? So it's very interesting to see what they're doing on the Orient Express when they're interviewed on the train, and then when there's like a huge variety of characters, it really intensifies the case, and it's very interesting to read different characters and how they actually are, and sizing them up, like making predictions and trying to be Hercule, like, oh yeah, definitely he's the murderer, but of course Agatha outwits you every single time. Now, coming to the pros of this book, because there's always pros, no cons in this book. What I liked about this book and what I have to say about it. The first thing in the book is there are actually a subtopic called, yeah, over here, evidence. So you have evidence for every single person over here, which is very interesting because you can actually work, put your brains together and actually work out the case, because you get to see evidence of every single person, and there's like so many revelations when there are evidence is given from every single passenger on board the Orient Express. It's like, okay, yeah, this is serious, okay. So you have got evidence from every single person. So it's very interesting to see what people are actually doing on the train, whether they think the truth or not, or how Hercule is actually responding to it, okay? Also, when you have evidence from every single person, the solution you can actually links to far more greater. And like in the story, you will find no place where you cannot make link with what's actually happening in the story to the past or what investigation is already taken place, which is a pro for this one. And I think the way the Hercule is working over here is just beautiful, okay? Yeah, it is amazing. He's like, he's kind of like fast paced, at this point, because he's of course got to clear off the murder and everything before they reach to their destination, and the some people from the nearby station are on their way to clear the train's snow over here. Also, there's lots of characters over here which are actually mysterious, and I've got lots to hide over here, which is of course just like that feeling, okay, that every single person in this train has got something to hide over here. When Hercule is saying all those dialogues, it's just like so beautiful, and it's like intensifies the situation. Also, another beautiful point about this book is it's a murder among us. Nobody can escape over here. You're caught in a snowdrift, which is bad luck for my dear murderer. And it's just beautiful because I think I just personally love, these things. What do you call it? A murder among us, where you have a concise kind of people who can only be the murderer, and a murderer cannot escape. So basically, when you look at all of the characters, you can actually confidently say that one of these guys is over here, a murderer, and that's just such a nice feeling itself. And the biggest point over here, which I like about it, that it's set on the Orient Express. My god, it's such a nice thing. It's set on the Orient Express. You always feel that, touch of grandeur and everything. And Hercule is also that little mice who's shying to talk to the princess because she's got so big ego and honor, and he is not daring to break that at all. It's just beautiful over there, and I think that the storyline of the story is just amazing, and events have in place very nicely, and everything is unfolding beautifully with not a slow pace, with a beautiful pace, and it's just coming together so nicely. The jigsaw is coming together and everything, and it's just beautiful to walk through the corridors of the Orient Express by just sitting at your home. It's an amazing story, I think, and it's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. I really cannot get over it. It's a beautiful story, and I think that the fact how the plot is actually said is actually also amazing. Also, there is some connections, worldwide. I think the solution, coming to the solution now, I won't talk any about my opinion now. Let's come to the solution. The solution is just like very vast, okay, and you cannot even think that this actually could be the solution to the story. It's just so amazingly set, and it's like a theater kind of play over here, and every single character is doing their best to hide something over here from Hercule, but then Hercule is actually trying to get to the bottom of that, and it's got lots of links, over here. Like that event is connected to that event, and then there's like connections to every single event. So it's kind of like if you just get your finger on one correct thing, you can actually like go about the circle. And the solution is what do I use? Mind blowing? I think that's kind of like an understatement. Crazy, mind-blowing, amazing, super amazing. The solution is beautiful, okay, I'm telling you. It's an amazing solution, and you're just like, okay, I'm not going too much of that, okay, good. I think I'm also exceeding the limits now. I don't want to end this video abruptly, but then of course there's a time barrier. And I'll just like to say one thing you should know about this book. You will absolutely love this novel. Everything is just beautiful, and the Orient Express is also beautiful. I'm obsessed with this setting. Oh my gosh, I just love the setting so much. Luxurious train in the world. That's amazing. I think Agatha did a very good job. The plot, the character, the setting, the mystery, the solution, everything is just so right. Like, it's like you cannot be perfect in the world, but this story is actually perfect, and I just love it. I cannot even imagine. You were like, oh my gosh, there's always some kind of cons in the story. Nothing can be perfect, but this is perfect, and you wouldn't regret reading this book. So get it right now, because this will be a mind-blowing read for you. Alright, so here I'll come to the end of this video. Out of a 10, I'll give it a 10. There you go. See you in the next one.